Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Saturday here in Melbourne because let's go across to our friends over in the US and we're heading to California in particular because speak with St. Mary's women's basketball team because their season is well and truly underway. It's a month in now and of course we've got three very special guests joining us right now. Two of them are actually from Melbourne, of course the other one's from Brisbane and of course they join us right now. Thanks all three for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I'll get all three to introduce yourselves again and what position all three play on the court.
So my name's Hannah Rat and I play point guard and I'm also a freshman.
My name's Jay Kurasami. I'm a redshirt junior and I also play point guard.
My name's Leah Hannafin. I'm a sophomore and I'm a guard.
Tell us a bit about the season. 1 month in the books and how's the team travelling, heading towards the conference season in about 4 weeks?
I'd say we're feeling pretty good. We're 4-3 right now. So we've had like a couple of losses where, could have gone really either way, especially with our overtime loss. But yeah, this year I think we're just a lot more experienced, a lot of depth on our bench. So we're pretty confident going into conference season. So that's always great.
Yes, for everyone who doesn't understand the US college system in particular, obviously you play 2 months of non-conferences before you actually go into the conference proper season, which only goes for about 2 months as well. Tell us how important is the non-conference games, even though obviously it counts towards your win-loss record, but how important is that going to a conference season?
Well, just like getting in the extra games to get us ready for season, they're basically just preparing us. And so we obviously want to do really well so we start off on a good foot when season does start.
What's the expectations?
Obviously we want to win every game. Our schedule, our coaches always set up teams where like you need to show up and play hard on that day. And whoever is the better team on the day will win. So it's not like our preseason is like a walk in the park. We actually have really tough teams. And so although we want to win as many games as possible, it's also good to figure out what combos are working well and what we need to work on. So just really important for us to win as many games as we can, boosts our confidence and our team chemistry going into conference.
Tell us a bit about your coaches there at St. Mary's.
So we have Coach Paul Thomas, he's our head coach. And then we also have 3 assistants and one currently just had twins, so she hasn't been in at the moment. And then we have a new one called Moraga. She actually played at USC in Louisville. And we also have Allison. And all of them have come from basketball background. So it's really good like having them as coaches because they obviously understand the game and they just teach us a lot.
Hannah, you mentioned about Moraga, which I'll get all three to answer. Obviously, she's played in 2 amazing women's basketball colleges in Louisville and USC. How important is to have a coach that knows the situation that all three are in right now and playing at a really high level that she has in those 2 colleges?
I think it's really good because she can relate to us a lot. Like she's still very young. So the advice she gives is always like, she knows how we're feeling. So she just gives us really good advice on how we should handle situations like on and off the court. So yeah.
I agree with that, but also I think all of our coaches have come from like college basketball backgrounds. They've all kind of been through it. So all of them can relate in a certain way, which I think helps a lot.
Yeah, just what these two said. They always have a lot of relevant advice, and then breaking down film, they always give you, I guess, a different perspective that you might not have considered. So it's like really nice to have those basketball brains around us.
Tell us how's the preparations been like for this week's game?
Prep has been pretty good. We play tomorrow at 1 p.m. So like obviously today was a little bit of a lighter day just to give our body some recovery, but today was heavy scout, learning about personnel and defensive strategies. So I think we're all feeling pretty confident and pretty excited to play.
Yeah. Lots of film.
Yes.
But, yeah.
How good is it to finally play in front of fans after a year that you didn't play again in front of fans at all?
I think it's just great because we can obviously have family and friends come and watch us now. So it's good to play in front of people we know. And obviously just having a crowd there obviously adds to the game, especially when you're at home. You have people cheering for you. So that obviously gets us all hyped and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what it felt like to have fans at a game because I obviously sat out my first year here at St. Mary's, and then my second year was the COVID year with just cardboard cutouts. So they really give us a lot of energy. So yeah, it's really, really nice, like how Hannah said.
How strange was it last year to play in front of pretty much a cardboard cutouts?
It was kind of funny. There was a lot of dogs in the crowd, which was what you would normally get. So that was the cool, I guess, something different. But yeah, it was funny to see faces.
I have to ask, have you played against any of the Aussie players in the first month? And if so, how strange was it? And did you get to catch up with any of them after the game?
Played against Ella Oggia. We didn't really catch up with her after the game, but it was definitely cool to see her again. And she killed it against us, so good to see her doing well there.
We played in a Thanksgiving tournament and we didn't play against CBU, but they've got a few Aussies on their team, and so we got to quickly say hi to Brittany Clayman and
Georgia Dale, Aliana Bravington.
So there's a few Aussies on that team, but other than that, we haven't played many Aussies yet. But obviously going into conference, there's a lot in our conference. Like Portland have a few, Gonzaga have one.
LMU.
I think San Diego have
Pacific, Pepperdine, literally
Like almost every team.
I think every team has one.
Almost every team we
USF
come up against,
has
we'll be
one.
able to see a few, so
Yeah,
that'll be nice.
that's insane.
Now, last time I had all three on the show, which was late, or maybe early last year, actually. Early last season or early this year. I guess how special now is to play with each other on the same team now? Considering obviously two of you actually played with each other for a while, and the other one obviously from a different state. How has the bonding been like between you three?
I mean, like, obviously me and Hannah, we got to play together through juniors, so coming into college, it was definitely like, and it is a cool experience to continue playing with her. And then I'd played against Jade a couple of times. My sister had played her, and like I knew who Jade was, so it's definitely been cool to play with her. And then obviously all three of us being from Australia, just that, like, we get along really well, so it's been nice.
Mm-hmm.
We also understand some rules that the Americans don't understand. So
Jade, being the only Queenslander on the team, obviously you sit between the two Victorians next to you. I guess, how strange is that? And actually, have you ever had in your college journey so far had a Queenslander in your team?
No, I haven't. I've never played with a Queensland. I've played against a couple of Queenslanders, obviously, especially at Portland. But yeah, it's funny because I guess we can relate a lot, with the Aussie connection. But then there's also things like I remember during lockdown, I would have to ask them, hey, like what's going on in Melbourne at the moment? Because this is what's happening in Brisbane. So like there is still things that like, I guess, differences that we don't know about and that we always like fill each other in about. So it's funny. And still that rivalry sometimes.
Yeah, and Jade, obviously you played against each other, obviously Victorian v Queensland. So I think I know the answer to this question. Who was the better team when you played head to head? And actually, have you ever played against each other, like in your respective positions?
So Jade and I, we didn't play each other in like state nationals. We played each other in school nationals. We beat Jade's team, so I'd say we're the better team.
Yeah, look, did take a tough loss, but that was one game, so I don't, not answering that.
So have either of you returned home?
No, all three of us stayed during summer. Yeah, COVID.
So was it difficult to not return home? But obviously, understandably, you didn't want to return home due to the circumstances back home. But was it difficult?
I actually, at first, like not knowing that you're not going home, it was obviously definitely sad. And like seeing some other girls in our team go home, it was like, oh, like I wish I was home. But at the same time, it was actually really fun. Like all us internationals hung out all summer. Like we did lots of fun things. We traveled. And so it was a very good experience for us to stay here over summer as well. We got lots of extra training and stuff. So I enjoyed it. And I did miss home, but I think that it was still great staying over here.
I think it was for sure difficult, but I think like having the friends over here that I guess are like our second family made things a lot easier. So.
Did any of your teammates invite either of you to come over to their place over the summer? Like, considering neither of you returned home?
Oh yeah, we have a few teammates that live kind of close. So like Ali Bamberger lives close. She always invites us over. Like, But
Yeah, I'd say our teammates do a really good job of like including us and knowing that we're away from home. So like allowing us to come into that family environment, they definitely do a good job of including us in that.
Yeah.
What does the sport of basketball mean to all three of you now, considering you're over there in St. Mary's?
I'm just like very thankful for basketball because not only can I play my favorite sport, but I'm also getting like an education out of it. So like there's both aspects to it. So I'm like more thankful for it now, which sounds really weird, but yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. And just how basketball has like not only like connected us, but like we've met so many people over here and traveled to a lot of places that I'm sure don't think many of us would have if we didn't have it. So just like the life experience, you just can't get anywhere else.
And you might as well give your local basketball associations back home a bit of a shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Logan Basketball. That was my junior club growing up. Still go back there, love it there. So yeah.
And then shout out to Dandenong Rangers.
Go Dandenong.
Yeah. Considering your Logan Thunder team just won another championship in the NBL 1 North, which they seem to be unbeatable in the women's competition over there. But have you kept track on how they've been traveling throughout the NBL 1 season?
Yeah, I actually watched that final series all the way. I think I was up at like some ridiculous hour. But just watching in support because I was like so happy and proud of them. And then also I was like getting phone calls from like my mom who was there because she's the president there watching it live, and she was just telling me how the atmosphere was just so unmatched. I wish I could have seen it in person, but it's so awesome to see them just killing it.
Finish off a couple light-hearted questions about your teammates there at St. Mary's. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moment on the court this season, and what was it?
I feel like there's going to be a moment coming up soon. We're only 7 games in, but I'm sure it's coming soon, and hopefully it doesn't involve me. So.
Nothing too embarrassing yet.
Nothing so embarrassing yet, thank goodness.
It's kind of concerning.
I know, because that means
it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Well, let us know if there was any between now and then. The next question is, who's the comedian, the best singer, the best dancer on the team? And has it changed from the last answer that you did earlier this year?
Best singer, I'd actually say probably Mia.
Yeah, probably Mia.
She's a good singer.
Best dancer.
I'm going to say best TikTok dancer is this one right here.
What can I say? No.
Always doing TikTok dances. And then the comedian, I think last year we said Bree.
Yeah.
And I
yes,
don't
you
think
did.
that changed. Yeah.
Bree's just hilarious.
Still a comedian, so.
Like she doesn't mean to be funny either.
She just makes everyone laugh.
Yeah.
So Hannah, considering Jay just mentioned about TikTok, are you TikTok famous yet, Hannah?
No. Okay, so I actually had an account, had a decent amount of followers, and it got banned. I don't know why. So I don't have access to that account. So I've had to start from zero. So it's not going too good for me.
She'll come back up.
I'll come back up. Just wait. Yeah.
Is anyone else in your teammate in the team into their TikToks, and is any of them famous yet?
I don't think any of us are famous, but there are a couple who are into their TikToks.
Yeah.
Leia's a really good dancer. We've got to
I should have said Leia is the best dancer. Sorry.
I got my TikTok at Leia.
Oh, stop. Literally stop.
She's quite good. The coordination, she's got a lot of coordination.
Her rhythm is unmatched.
So a hidden talent by the sounds of it.
Yeah, that's the one.
I asked these 3 questions last time, and I'll ask it again, which is, have you convinced any of your teammates to come back with all 3 to Australia, especially to Melbourne and Brisbane?
Yeah, I think all of them want to come back at some point. They always talk about coming there.
Yep.
We even have some friends on the volleyball team, and they're very keen to come back with us as well. So we're going to have the basketball team plus a few of the volleyball girls all coming to visit us.
So have you been to their volleyball matches? You know, I'm pretty sure their season just finished, didn't they?
Yeah,
we went to quite a few of their games when supported them. So
any of them coming to your games?
They've been to a few. Well, we've only had a few home games so far, and
been to a couple. So, yeah.
How's the Aussie accent going around your teammates?
They're no better. They're still.
All the time now. Mia.
Oh, she
always
does.
copies our accent.
Yeah.
She does.
Particular word that, it sort of like irritates all three that they keep saying?
No, they always repeat out.
They always go, no.
Yeah.
So how's all your American accents going then?
Oh, Hannah's really good at it. You should get her to do an impression.
No, I'm not good.
So have you lost like any little bit of that, like Aussie accent, and sort of turned into a bit of American accent, considering none of you returned home?
I think Jade's losing her Australian
Oh my
accent.
gosh, you guys always say that, and it's not true. It is not true.
She actually does. She always goes, come on, y'all.
Okay,
You do.
I do say y'all. I will say that, but that's the only thing I've picked up. I'm still a true Aussie.
Definitely words that we've picked up on that we would never say back home.
Yeah.
But other than that, like our accents haven't gone.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yours has.
So now we mentioned, have either of you convinced teammates, especially the freshmen on the team, that we have kangaroos as pets?
Told Addie.
I think we have to convince them that we don't, I think they think that, and then we're like, no, that's not true. Like, I think it's the reverse of that. We're like convincing them we don't ride kangaroos. Like, yeah, so ridiculous.
Either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual, and has it changed since we last had all three on the show?
I don't have any superstitions. I just have to have I try to have a nap before each game, but that's literally it, which I think I've done forever. So I'm not sure. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a superstition, but I do like having my hair braided for games. Like
Okay.
every game I have to have my hair braided. But
I kind of have a few. I do the pre-game naps too. I have certain pairs of socks I wear with each shoes, which I have to match to my uniform. And then I go right sock, right shoe, left shoe. Then mid warm up, I'll untie my left shoe because it's too loose. And then I have to fix my right shoe because my left one feels tighter.
You do that every game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
she's insane.
So by the sounds of it, the other two didn't know that, or I'm sure Hannah might have. So I have to ask Leanne and Jade this question. Now, because you both mentioned about naps a moment ago, does it change depending on like when your game starts?
Yeah, I would say for me, like if we have an early game, like a 1 p.m. or a midday game, like I might just close my eyes for 15 minutes. But like if we have like a 7 p.m. game and we have like a lot longer of a break, I'll try and like get at least a 30 to 45 minute nap. So yeah, it depends on the timing for me.
For me, as long as we have like a little bit of time where we can go home, I'm definitely napping. So it doesn't really matter the time of the game.
I've rarely asked this question, but I'm going to ask it now. Now, are your teammates that you have there at St. Mary's, is there a top 3 or 4 players that you would take with you to a desert island?
I think they'd all be horrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I would take the Aussies, so us 3. There's like 2 Kiwis on the team and maybe Ellie, because I feel like Ellie knows a lot of useful random information.
random stuff.
Yeah. And then the other ones are just for good company. No, nothing.
Got to have Taylor with you.
Yeah,
she's
actually, we
very
do need
smart
Taylor,
and
yeah.
strong.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
That's actually so true.
and then Amy's tall.
So Amy's tall, she'll, I don't know.
Do something for us.
Yeah. And we're just here for the good time.
Yeah.
We are just here to keep everyone sane.
Well, all 3, thank you so much for getting up your time again to join us. It's always awesome doing this interview with all 3 the last couple of seasons, and hopefully we can keep that going. And especially best of luck for the remainder of this year in the non-conference season, and especially obviously going into that critical West Coast Conference when you play against pretty much every single Australian player that's on every single team over there in the West Coast Conference. And let's hope you can come up on top in that conference in the 21-22 season.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
for having
us.
us. We love speaking to you.
No worries. And of course, if you want to get involved, support the St. Mary's team from afar. Of course, their games are on live stream as well as I think on ESPN as well, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, either way, you can follow their games. Of course, we'll put their upcoming schedule coming up, including their game tomorrow night as well. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.